Hello, my name is Joel Emery, and this is my Survey to Calculus video question. I know that's a little hard to read, so I'm going to read it off for you, and then I'm going to use a different color so you can see my equation here. But a student drops their phone from the apartment balcony, which is 42 foot from the ground, and use calculus to find out the velocity of impact and how long it takes to hit the ground. So, first things first, we're going to want to start with our position function, which this equals 1/2 times AT squared plus V of O plus S of O. And we'll look at what fills in these variables. Our A, since we're using feet in our equation, is negative 32 feet per second. Our V of O happens to be 0 because at the point initial velocity you're dropping the phone, you'll be at 0. And then our S of O. This happens to be our initial height of 42 foot that we pull from our equation. We factor these in. 1/2 times negative 32 t squared plus V of O, which turns into 0t plus our 42. Erase that a little bit. Alrighty, now we're going to simplify that down. So we're going to factor this in here. So we get negative 16t squared plus 0t eliminates plus 42. So let me add in my S of t's here. S of t. Okay, so now we have this equation. We're looking for how long it takes to hit the ground. Well, it hits the ground at 0. So we're going to equal this to 0. So we're going to minus this 42 over. We got 16, do a little arrow here. Arrow. Negative 16t squared equals negative 42. Divide the negative 16. We divide the negative 16, which leaves us with, do this really quick just to show you, 42 divided by negative 16. We got t squared equals 2.625. We still have that exponent there. We're going to get rid of that by square rooting it. We're going to square root this real quick. We get 1.62 is our how long it takes to hit the ground. Alrighty. So now we got to look on the velocity on impact. So we're going to use our velocity function. Okay. So we got V of t equals S prime of t. And when we use the power rule, we're left with negative 32t. So then we use our t here and implement it into our velocity equation. So we got S of t equals negative 32 times our 1.62. Alrighty, I'll just factor that here times 1.62. We are left with negative 51.84. So these are our two answers we need. So the phone, try to write big here, the phone will take 1.62 seconds to hit the ground. Oops. Comma. With an impact velocity of negative 51.84 feet per second. So yeah, the phone will take 1.62 seconds to hit the ground with an impact velocity of 51.84 feet per second. And I got my phone propped up with a ton of stuff here, but I do have a graph. My computer is what I use to hold my phone up here. Try to Okay, it's all messed up here. So this is my graph where I've got S of t equals negative 16t squared plus 42. And if we check here, we've got 1.620 for our little point there where it hits the ground. Thank you.